Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kawisi and I'm the cycling minister. Here I am about to take on the grade. I did do a ride of the Alpe d'Huez like 2 days ago. They said my FTP was 261. Before that, they said my FTP was 258. But the official FTP test that I took in October gave me 255 watt. But during my consistent training, I did consistent training from October up to December. I started to integrate racing in my training, and one of the race increased my FTP test to 258 watts. That was sometime in December. So I feel like it's time for me to do an FTP test. Personally, I don't class this as an official FTP test, but I want to have a number that I can work with going into that 20 minutes test. You know, the 1 hour overall test where you do those warm up and then at the end you do a 20 minutes best effort. I want to have a number that I can play with. I didn't want to do the RAM test because the RAM test always overestimate my FTP by sometimes 15%. So if I can do this test here and have a number to work with going into that 20 minutes test, at least I won't overestimate or underestimate. So here we go, starting off nice and easy. So in my head, what I want to hold is 300 watts. My cadence I want to hold is 80 to 85. So I said I'm going to hold 300 watts, but I want to take my time, build myself up to that, and then hopefully I can manage that throughout the end. So throughout October to December, or even here in January now, my aim was to just be consistent on the bike. I didn't have a set training goal. My only plan was to try and ride at least 4 days per week, and those days I'm riding at least 3 hours per day. I knew from then that it wouldn't be enough to increase my FTP or to increase my fitness, but I was saying to myself, at least I can maintain the fitness which I gained over the summer. So my aim was to do consistent training. I know many of you might have training program or training plan, but the main thing I'm saying, just make sure you're consistent with your training. Within 3 to 4 months, we'll be back outside in the UK riding in nice warm weather. You still have time to get on your bike, motivate yourself, and just get some ride in the legs. And then after you get on the bike, after you start to ride, then maybe you can have other plan. Or maybe for you, if you have other commitment, if you commit yourself to a certain training program, a certain training plan, maybe that will motivate you to ride. But as for me, I just wanted to get on the bike and ride, because this is what I told myself, that every ride count. And every time I ride on how I feel. I didn't have a set training plan or program. If I get up and I'm feeling green, feeling fresh, I can, based upon the time I have, I do a hard workout session. If I'm feeling in the red, also based upon the time I have, I do an easy session, and so on and so on. So just get on your bike, try and be consistent, because I believe whatever you're consistent at, you become better at it. You start to see positive result. So now this blue bit that's coming up, this flatter section, this is not a time to recover. Because it's a best effort, I have to stay on the pedal and make sure I try and maintain my 300 watt average. So it's not a time for me to ease off the pedal, and it's not a time for recovery. I have to make sure I change into a harder gear and just keep my foot on the pedal. I'm halfway through now, not long to go. I'm still feeling good. I'm starting to feel it a little bit in my leg, but I was comfortable enough to think that, okay then, yeah, maybe I can finish at 300 watt. It did fall off a bit, but I'm sure that as times go by, I'll pick it back up. Can racing alone actually improve your fitness? raise your FTP. Up until December, I wasn't doing any racing. All I doing was just training, riding my bike. But because it was getting a bit bored, I decided to introduce some racing into it, and I must say I'm enjoying them. I've won a race so far from a 2.5 mile breakaway. I've also flopped some of the races, but each race I do, I believe that it have some sort of benefit. Some of them are really hard, some of them are okay-ish. But let me know if you believe by just racing you can actually get fitter and actually increase your functional threshold power. Hopefully in the new year, which we are in now, I'm going to continue to do more races if I can, but I want to still focus on doing my training. I want to do some long ride indoor, because within 3 months we're going to be outside in the UK, nice warm weather. So I want to get my body conditioned for a 3 and 4 and 5 hour ride. And sometimes I believe that if we practice these inside, it will help us when we go outside. I also want to encourage you again to just get on your bike, ride, be consistent. If you want to, it depends on your goal in the summer, because we all have different goals. We all have different things that we're training for. As for me, I do a lot of solo ride, and I love to do my 50, 60 mile and my 100 mile, and I love to go fast, as in my fast. Fast is subjective. I'm talking about my fast, 100 mile and a flat route, average 21.5 miles per hour. That's my fast, and that's what I like to do, and that's what I'm training for. So now we're finishing segment 9. We're about to go to segment 10, which is the last segment. My power is 300 watt average so far, and I'm still feeling good. I'm still in control. Yes, my heart rate rising eventually. It will rise, of course. I'm still maintaining the cadence that I said I wanted to maintain. I think that maybe this time I should have started to lift the power a little bit more, but maybe again, I didn't want to overshoot it and then fade. But considering that I only have the last little bit to go, I should have lift the power and start to go a bit harder, and then maybe I would average a bit more, maybe 305, 310 or so. But so far I'm pretty happy with my performance, pretty comfortable. At least I know what I can hold for roughly 11 minutes so far. So if this go up to 12-13 minutes, at least I know that okay, then maybe I can hold 300 watts, 4 point something watt per kilo for 12-13 minutes or so. That's something for me to work with fast. That's something for me to work on, so I can continue to increase that. As you can see, I started to lift the power 355, 325, 317 and so on and so on, but maybe a little bit too late, or maybe I was just tired. I think maybe, truth be told, I was getting tired. But yeah, let's see how this plays out to the end. Last few seconds to go, time to go harder. Again, I was tired, but I was hanging in there. This performance, I'm impressed with myself. I'm impressed that my consistent training has paid off. I'm impressed that, because when you ride and you ride to get better, it's good for you to see result that you're actually getting better. Some people just ride for ride's sake. Yes, I do ride for ride's sake, but I train because I want to get better. I was doing consistent training, I was racing, and of course I wanted to boost my FTP. So to see the fact that, okay, then I can hold 302 watts for 13 minutes, that to me was impressive. Now we can see the banner I'm almost there. 303 watt average. Not sure what my FTP was gonna be, but all I know, I'm pretty chuffed. I'm pretty impressive. My performance is pretty impressive, and to me, that's good. So my PR is 13.4 best time, and my FTP is 269 watt. 269 watt. The last time I did this, it was 258. See, 269. The last time I did this, it was 255, and that was in October. So to see that massive increase over 4 months, I must say I'm happy, and I'm quite chuffed with that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.